Okay, it's been an hour, and I managed to locate the, 8 times 8, the 64 channels on the bottom patch bay. You can see the other ones through there. They're going to get flipped around and turned back in here. I'm trying to keep things fairly well organized, but there is just a whole bunch of extra cable that's going to need to get wound itself and kind of stuffed back here, because we had maybe 3 extra feet for the patch bay because we weren't sure. You know, you'd rather have it be too long than too short. Just as a quick example, these are in banks of 8. This is patch bay number 4 from the top, so 5 is the bottom. But I've got things labeled. The neat thing about these particular bays is you can flip those switches to determine whether you want to be normaled, half normaled, or just like a regular output, like non-normaled. And what that means essentially is, like my converter outputs here, they are half normaled. That's what I have them set up to. And what that means is the converter outputs are automatically going to go down into the next thing below it. So they're automatically, without any cables, they're going to go into my stereo pedal inputs. So if I know that this is eventide space, all I have to do is send to 49 and 50 in Cubase. It's automatically going to connect to eventide space, because that's how I have it set up, and it's normaled that way. And what half normaled means is I can actually take this out patchwise with some cables and go somewhere else, and it will still normal down to the input of eventide space, and I can double the signal and split it and send it somewhere else. That's what half normaling is, which is super, super powerful. It basically acts as a mult, which is what I have labeled here. And all mults are is, this is very like rack synth modular kind of thinking. But if I plug one cable in here that's, let's say, a guitar, I now have that same guitar coming out of all 3 of the others. So I can multiply it times 3. That's all it is. You plug one cable in here, and then you take that out, and you can go to 3 different places at once. Like super clean, no decay, no delay, no noise, no anything. And I've got 4 of those. I use them all the time. Like for room mics for the drums, let's say, I'll mult an A and a B, and then I'll send the first set out of the mult just into my regular input, so I'm recording them naturally. The second set I'll send, let's say, into the distressors over here, so I'm compressing them. And then the third set, which would be the last set of A and B here, I would send them into, you know, like the massive passive or the API, you know, something. So I'm recording simultaneously 3 different stereo recordings, like all in real time, which is pretty cool.